I've always contended that Carol Reed, while he's credited as the director on The Third Man, that film would have been drastically different had they not hired Orson Welles to act, and I think also rewrite and direct a number of the scenes. Some people will say, well, he had the film that he did before, which I reviewed, has some canted angles in the cinematography, but it's not used as poetically. The shots don't have what you would call, T.S. Eliot would call, objective correlative. They don't have that this shot is there to represent something deeper.
He has no Cusaro to his style either. The dark and the light mixture that Orson Welles uses is
Yeah.
consistent within all his films. And I mean, you pick the one film that is arguably Orson Welles' greatest accomplishment and most consistently great, even how it ends. Orson Welles, in some of his later films, even great ones like The Trial, it seems like he had difficulty with how to end it properly, and he just kind of threw out something and hoped something stick. But the Third Man is probably overall, even though there's moments in The Trial and F for Fake that surpass it, probably overall Orson Welles' greatest achievement. And to take a hack like Carol Reed and posit him as the creator when all evidence points to the obvious is a severe case of myopia.
Yeah, and I will say this: there's no doubt that Carol Reed was the credited director, and Carol Reed probably directed 75% of those scenes and whatnot, and may have even behind the camera.
It's akin to like using your cameraman like Woody Allen does or something, and saying, "Well, shoot this. So that any idiot can do this. You can do it, Carol."
But
when Orson Welles, but the crucial scenes and everything, Orson Welles had to have directed himself.
And even those that he was telling them, well, we need, if you do this, you do that. The scene, for example, with the fingers going up are supposedly Carol Reed's coming out of the sewer, but I'll guarantee you that this was probably a suggestion by Welles. And I know people will say, well, it was in the screenplay or whatnot. As far as I know, there's no surviving screenplay of it. But there are so many of the scenes, from the famous ones on the Ferris wheel to the reveal of Orson Welles to the Carol, not Carol, Joseph Cotton, certain elements even before Welles appears on screen. This is so, the DNA of that film is so Wellesian, just like the DNA in Shakespeare doesn't even compare to Bacon or Marlowe or Edward de Vere. These people who say these kinds of things, they don't know what they're talking about. You can get all of the attributions you want, you can get all of the sworn affidavits you want, but a great artist has a uniqueness that cannot be replicated.